and it's
still
really
plenty of
starting
climbing
to pick up.
to go.
Yeah. Big pickup. It's going to be a right-hand turn, Robbie, onto the climb itself. We're charging towards it.
We are, and this is Koen Bowman for Jumbo-Visma in front of Attila Valter. So Jumbo-Visma taking control again at the front of the peloton, but Gunnar sliding up the right-hand side in the blue. He's just sitting in the wheel of his own teammate. Number 102 there is Laurens de Plus, who's done a heap of work today. But importantly, behind Gunnar then, we have their men for the GC, Tao Gegenhardt and Taman Arisman, in a fall of Wout van Aert.
It is Wout van Aert, yeah, completely out of shape. And is that Pidcock as well?
Pidcock.
Oh, nightmare.
It is.
And, well, there you go. I think Pidcock had just done a turn. He was coming back. Let's wait and see. Oh, Wout van Aert offering up a hand here and just checking on each other. I don't know what you can tell from that body language. I think it was just a question of, are you okay? I don't know who tagged with who there.
I'm thinking just by that gesture from Wout van Aert that it might have been the case that Pidcock was coming back and Wout van Aert's cleaned him up and it's brought them both down. I wonder if we'll just get another
apology
replay
accepted almost immediately. Let's have a look at it. Here we go. Let's have a look.
Squeezes through.
Whoa. Well, I don't know who to blame there, to be honest. I think it was just a little bit of both. Nonetheless, they're both back on their feet, and that's a blessing. But two big names for today find themselves on the deck. Oh, my goodness. What a shame. What a shame for both of them. And here is the, no hard feelings.
So
but a hard landing for both.
He's just saying, I really apologise. He tried to just squeeze through the gap, and Wout van Aert got squeezed out by his own teammate, in fact. So that is something really rare to see Wout van Aert go down in a crash. In fact, Tom Pidcock as well. And Van Aert was already sort of pretty much through the gap, and then Pidcock's handlebars went into the back wheel, and
here we go.
And that took them both out.
Onto the
race
climb.
Goes on.
It does, and Van der Poel has been doing a fantastic job as well for Alpecin de Koenig here. Everyone out of their saddles. Gamay is back in, just dwelling on Pidcock. He's going to ride this in. Well, great rivals they have been in so many circumstances. It's always been close between the pair of them, as you have seen in the past. But right now, here it is. Time to dig in. Movistar really fancy today. This is absolutely magnificent. Here we go then, 2.7 kilometres to go. We'll dwell more on the injuries and anything that may well spin out of that incident that we've just seen, but what a shame. And they're busy chatting to each other. He said, I can see your backside. Was I can see yours as well. How nice is that? You know, no bitterness between them. Back to this. And here we go. Big pickup at the front, not going to involve Mathieu van der Poel that some would have called for today. Time to dig and maybe find treasure, Robbie.
Yep, this is Vermeersch along with Attila Valter. Biniam Girmay trying to come across to these three riders, but he looks a little bit in trouble. Look over his shoulder, he's gone.
Roglic.
And just the Bora, that's...
just coming into the frame as well, as you can see. Bora have been extremely lively at the beginning with Vlasov. I believe it's him, and it is. Look down, that's Vermeersch. Meanwhile, not going to be for Ghana either today, and this may well, let's see what the gap is by the end of the day, and whether anyone can take that blue jersey. It may well just be lent. But a bad day, I think, for Ineos Grenadiers. Could they make amends for it? Let's wait and see if Tao Gegenhardt can do a job here. Meanwhile, they start to just look at each other. They're biding their time at the moment. And great to see that oh, look, round the outside, and it had to be Cofidis. And it's Lafay is going to have a proper dig today, you can be sure. Hugh Carthy out of the saddle, plonking back into it as well. And as some of the bigger names just start to fall out of the back, then naturally you're going to have to re-engage your battle plan. Looked like a little bit of misgearing as you just came to that position. We can also see that Ciccone of Trek, he's in about sixth wheel at the moment. Roglic clearly up for it as well. 1,900 metres to go. Twists and turns of this story. It's not over by any means. Is that Verona over on the other side as well, equally as engaged? There's plenty here. Teammates still at disposal. Adam Yates is here, so is Brandon McNulty. Still dwelling too much on this while we're running out of road, quite frankly. need to get back up front, and we would do so almost immediately. I'm just loving the way that Hugh Carthy is bouncing his way through the day, and here's Lutsenko. He's gone for the launch. I beg your pardon. No, it's Fortunato taking a roll for it. Apologies for that. Meanwhile, getting straight onto his wheel, Brambilla wants to be part of the day. They're not being drawn into it just for the time being. They're staying cagey. Gamay off the back, 1,600 metres to go.
Looked to me like Damien Howson was the man making the reaction there for Q365 across to that attack. So two men just off the front. Gourmet in trouble again. Not a surprise after what we've seen the last couple of laps. It's still Attila Volta from Jumbo-Visma setting the pace in the peloton. And the weight of expectation now for Jumbo falls on Primoz Roglic without Wout van Aert in the race. So Fortunato, he is just kicking and gouging his way up the climb. It is the Australian Damien Howson from Q365 that's with him, these two, but the gap is slender and they're coming back, and Volta looks so comfortable.
Adam Yates as well, you know, he looks like a coiled spring at the moment. AG2R with Benoit Cosnefroy. I think Felix Gall is also there for them. 1,300 metres now. Wow, this is great work. Vermeer still staying in touch. That is the man we were bigging up a little bit earlier on today. There's Adam Yates. Now then, just tucked in, it is Mas, no sign of his teammate Verona, and Howson just kicks once again. This is last chance perhaps for Q365. Brambilla, I'm just looking to see if he's actually in here, just being allowed a free ride potentially, but no. Flamme Rouge beckons. Still, don't forget, 7 turns to take, 7 corners after the Flamme Rouge. Far from over this, Robbie.
Oh, it's far from over. This is a great effort from Damien Howson. He's got Fortunato hanging at about 4 or 5 metres at Volta. He's bringing all the rest back. Lafay in his wheel. Then it's Jai Hindley, Kelderman, Yates up there as well. Nobody willing to hit out. But now one of the men from Jumbo-Visma, Kelderman, is the one who goes.
Kelderman is just tucked in. You see him coming to your screen in a few moments' time, being marked out here by Mas. Likewise, a big... kind of and a big move coming this way. Oh, brilliant. And guess who? Hugh Carthy picks it up. This is absolutely magnificent. And on his case, he's got to be careful here because he's just going to guide Theo Gegenhardt into position. Who else has got anything here? Julian Alaphilippe is starting to pick it up as well. Kelderman involved. Roglic not that far off the case. And Hugh Carthy is really grinding everyone to dust potentially here. What a great move by him, but still staying with it. And the biggest threat, I think, here is Theo Gegenhardt, still on the case. This is fabulous. They're reassembling themselves, getting ready for the next drive, and Roglic it is that's bouncing into our consciousness as well. Adam Yates not to be discounted. Alaphilippe still in here with 500 metres to go, Robbie.
Yeah, well, Roglic is the man we talked about. He's got so much punch. When he sees an opportunity like this, he often takes it. He's winding up and he's trying to just hold them off, not let them back past.
Lafay's coming around the outside, I think so. It is Victor Lafay. It's on the last little twists and turns. It's still not over, though. Adam Yates very much involved. Roglic also here. And Lafay for Cofidis could be a big one for him. Now then, he's had the beating of the likes of Pogacar and Vingegaard in the past, but the big names are coming through to challenge him. It's all going to be on the very, very final turn. Who's got the drive when it counts? Theo Gegenhardt's in here, but Roglic sails around the outside. Roglic is going to come home for this one. Absolute brilliance at work. What a finale that turned out to be. Gnarly old finish. It's eaten a few, this shark's tooth profile at the end. Cue the music. My goodness, what a finale that was. Primoz Roglic showing what he's got. Hugh Carthy doing pretty much the same deal. And what a win that was for Jumbo-Visma. Chaotic, I think you might say.
Well, if you wanted drama, you got it in spades. You know, when one falls, another one steps up. Wout van Aert, the man who was chosen at the start of the day to lead for Jumbo-Visma, but what a backup plan. And he will be here in the news around now, Wout van Aert. He might have skinned himself and exposed his backside to the world. Roglic up and takes control. We said how punchy he is in a finish like that. He gets the handshake there from Adam Yates, who went close. Julian Alaphilippe was there as well. But Roglic, he has just got so much power to spare. and that is ominous for the rest of the field going into the last couple of days of this race.